Well, hello there. If you're interested in more Void Signal content, you can support the creation of more Void Signal by visiting voidsignal.net and signing up for the Void Signal Patreon. In exchange for supporting more Void Signal content via the Patreon, you'll get access to exclusive episodes like Void Signal Stranger series, amongst a whole slew of other things that I've got planned. So thanks so much for your consideration. I appreciate it very much, and I hope you are well. We will talk again soon. Take care. I love you so much. Bye-bye.
No, that's great. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm just busy. Like, really wanted to like throw myself back into like podcast stuff, and it's been great. But like, yeah, it's good. It's good. It is good. But okay. So we are. I went ahead and started. We are rolling now, but so But anyway, yeah, so it's good to talk to you again. We've sort of been keeping in touch over the past couple of months, and since the last time I got to have you on the show, and it's a lot has happened for you in that time. It seems you played a lot of shows with really great people, and yeah, how are you doing? How is the Morgue Witch?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Tired, but good.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you work a lot. You keep a crazy schedule.
I feel like I'm always doing something.
Yeah.
Like I'm constantly doing something, which is okay, but there are times where I just need that like downtime. Right now, I feel like I'm not getting that recharge that I need.
Sure.
So yeah.
Understandable. How's the music? Like when you gonna put something out? I want to say the last time I asked you about this, you said maybe like, but sometime this year, next couple of months, something coming out.
So I haven't set an exact date as to when I'm going to release anything. Just with everything going on in,
sure,
my personal life, work, and then, all the shows and everything else. It's just been really hard to set a date. But I'm also going to be releasing my next release through Blasphemy Records. So just, working all that stuff out too. But I do have 2 singles that I will be releasing here soon, along with a couple of remixes and a song, a cover that will be on a tribute album. Another one that I won't bring up yet till it's released.
Okay.
Into the world, at least the news. Yeah.
Okay. I'll ask you again when the recording stops.
No problem. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, sweet. But okay, that all sounds great. That all sounds awesome. And yeah, you're I did kind of mention it briefly, but like you had some kind of high profile shows happen. Like you opened for Alice when they came through, as well as, has Empathy Test happened yet, or?
It hasn't, but it's in 1 week from today. So that's coming and I'm super excited for it. But yeah, Alice, I actually didn't play with them here in Kansas City, but I played with them in Iowa and in Chicago. So that was such a great experience. They are amazing. They are wonderful. They're kind and super talented. They were a ton of fun to watch as well. They put on a really great live show.
Yes.
It's so cool to see the difference between, I'm coming in as this solo artist with, just the equipment that I have compared to, a large band with all the stuff that they have to load in and lights and it's really, really cool to see though.
Yeah. They are incredibly impressive. Like to see like performing live and like their whole setup and the way they organize themselves in their tour, it is a thing to behold. They are very hardworking.
It is. They really are.
Yeah, and super sweet. Like so nice, so friendly.
Sweet. They are very nice.
But yeah,
agree.
Okay, so empathy test. That's wonderful. Like I'm so excited that like for you. Like that's going to be great. Did I also see that you and I apologize. Your life and mine have both been whirlwinds over the past few months. But opening for Public Memory soon?
I did. That already happened.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that was amazing. They were awesome live. I mean, listening to them, is one thing, and I love the music, but live it's another world. It's just one of those shows that you just get mesmerized and you can just watch and just fall into a world of their music. It's really cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Really cool to watch.
I really wanted to catch this tour. I'm like a big fan as well. And I was like, but it was like just too soon after healing up from like my surgery and everything. So I was like,
right.
Yeah.
You don't want to risk that, for sure.
But yeah, that's great that it was, that not only did you get to catch a great show, but that you got to play it as well.
Right.
Yeah. But I was so excited when I saw the like poster and ad and everything that you were going to be on it, because I was like, oh shit, I love Public Memory and I love Morgue VVitch. What a reunion. But yeah, it was I wish I'd been able to catch it, but hopefully sometime in the future. But, yeah, Health is like another band that like you and I both love and like both have amazing stage shows and stage performances. So
I have not seen Health live yet, and that is a bucket list of mine. But I am so excited that they have now, they announced the tour for next year. And it's right around my birthday that they're playing in St. Louis and Chicago. So I am going to do my absolute best to catch both, but I will definitely make the drive to St. Louis to see them since they're not coming here in Kansas City. That is my birthday gift to myself. I'm going to go see Health.
Yeah, no, that's a great birthday gift. It really is. I'm excited for you. I've managed to catch them 3 times, and when these tour dates were announced, I was very tempted to be like, how many of these could I realistically hit? Because I mean, it's such an experience. It really is. Perturbator was also really amazing. That's another one that if you get a chance to like see them live, it's such a like, not just a sonic experience, but like a very visual and sort of it's like a whole body experience, I guess. Like, not to sound like a drug addict, but like it's but that's kind of, it's like
music is a hell of a drug.
It is. It's like a lot of sensations engaged at once, and it's really it's awesome. But aside from being able to catch Health on tour finally, what is there anything else that you have like coming up for yourself that you're like excited about?
Yeah, I mean, aside from the empathy test and night show next Tuesday, I'm doing a couple of shows with Misfit Toys and Absinthe Faith. We're going to be going to St. Louis at the Crack Fox, and then be playing on the Kansas side. I've been playing on the Missouri side. I'm in Kansas, but I'm 15 minutes away from Kansas City, Missouri. So yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a whole other world here. So yeah, I've got a couple of shows with them, which I'm really excited for, because we are going to turn the Kansas show into a Halloween event. And I've got some spooky local vendors coming out. We're going to do a costume contest. We're discussing doing like a raffle and giveaways, and so we're just going to kind of make this, turn this into something really fun since it's so close to Halloween.
Sure.
Yeah, I've got that. And then my last book show is in Colorado Colorado Springs on the 3rd of November. Gotcha. And lineup hasn't been announced, but it is coming this week. And so, yeah, looking forward to that. It'll be my first time performing in Colorado.
How long of a drive is that?
It's about 8 drive. The same as Chicago.
Okay.
So it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not terrible. That's like...
I don't mind.
Yeah. Like 12 to like 15 in a day is like my limit, I think. Like I could maybe do like 18 if pressed, but like yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get tired after that 6-hour mark.
Yeah.
But it's really not that bad of a drive.
Mm. So. Okay. That'll be fun. That's awesome. I'm excited for you. Because you sorry, I had a cough. Because you have been playing a lot more shows. You know, it not to like put you on the spot or anything, but like, you know, just as an observer, like I see a lot of like clips and things that like get posted on social media because like, you know, I have to advertise the podcast on social media. I'm on social media all the time. So it has been interesting to sort of see, because I've like been aware of you and your music and everything for probably a little over a year, maybe. And it's been interesting to see your sort of live performance sort of evolve from where you were to what it is now. Like it's a good look on you. You seem a lot more confident and a lot more like sort of in your element, I guess. So
for sure. And right. I mean, when I started, I did my first show in November of 2019 with Stoneburner. Mm-hmm. And at that time, I haven't even released any of those songs that I performed that night. So yeah, I mean, it's been a huge growth. And then, you know, the following year I didn't play at all. I was just working on my production skills and, you know, messing around. And you know, it wasn't until 2021 when I really had this solid sound. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, so my second show was at Cold Waves Festival. And yeah, then it wasn't until this year really when I started to actually pick up more shows. I was just like, kind of like, you know, fuck it, let's do this. And mm-hmm. I've been just kind of going nonstop since I decided to put full force into it. And I'm glad I did, because I really enjoy performing. It's something that I did growing up. And I've always really enjoyed being on stage, whether it was, you know, doing plays or I used to do classical music. So I would do performances with either choirs or solo and competitions. And that was a huge part of my growing up. And I feel like I'm getting a lot of joy that I had back then now. And yeah, I just want to keep going with it. It's a ton of fun. And yeah, just, I love it.
It shows. I mean, it shows that you love it, because I mean, you've clearly like leveled up as far as like your live performance goes. It does show.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool. I'm glad that you noticed.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, like, you know, I don't know. I am observant, I guess. Like, it's interesting to me to sort of watch how artists evolve and take shape. I mean, like, I've gone through a lot of growth myself of like, you know, becoming more of a proficient podcast host, and, you know, all Void Signal art and everything is all stuff like I've done that. I'm not an artist. I'm not a graphic designer. Like, I just dick around on Photoshop until something looks acceptable and, and, you know, good enough. Like, so it's interesting to me to sort of like not only watch how I grow, but like also how others grow, and like see how like, oh, their previous run of merch looked kind of meh, but like, oh, this merch is rad. Like, I'm not calling anybody out, but I mean, that happens, right? Sometimes you see merch and you're just like, what were you thinking?
Well, I have been incredibly lucky to have awesome merch from the get-go.
You absolutely have. Yes.
That is the plus. But yes, I know, I understand the growth part. It's not just performance wise, but like mentally. And when I first started, and I'm sure that others can relate to, kind of worrying what other people are going to think about, putting this creation out. Are people going to listen to this? And maybe there was a little hesitancy there in the beginning because I was so new to music production. I was really just a singer. I mean, I sang, I played guitar, but music production was not my forte at the moment. It's something that I have learned over time. So yeah, I think in the beginning when I first started, I wasn't as confident as I am now, but more so now I'm doing it because I love to create, and I'm looking at it as it's not just music, but it's my magic, and I'm putting that out into the world, and that makes me happy. Being able to do that. So
yeah,
I'm not really focused on the negative aspects as to, is this going to be accepted, or people don't, going to listen. I'm more just, having fun with it and creating because I love to create and because it makes me, happy to do it. So I think that's made a big difference.
Yeah. Because then you're working on it because you love it. I feel like
right.
that makes a difference. Yeah, absolutely. I during my healing process, like just laying around, it was like, yeah, a lot of time to re-examine like what's important. And I was like, oh, void signal is a fucking thing I love. I should probably take it more seriously and give it more work and, things like that. And work on, I don't know, because things you love deserve to be worked on, right? Like that relationships or art projects or whatever. For sure. I'm glad. I'm really glad that it's like bringing you joy and, enriching your life as much as it is. Especially being able to play these baller ass shows you have coming up, like, even better.
I know. I've got a really big one for next year already. So I'm really excited for when
nice
that gets to be announced. And I've got some other ones in the works. And my so with Blasphemy Records and joining them, we were going to do a whole basically an artist showcase with all the Blasphemy Records artists out in Colorado, but unfortunately that did fall through for this year, so we are working on doing that again next year. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that. And yeah, just I've got some shows lining up for new places that I have not been before.
Exciting.
That'll be exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, thrilling. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so aside from the Morgue VVitch business, what is I know you're like a horror movie buff, so I do want to at least detour a moment to talk about horror movies. But before we do that, because it's going to be a whole hole that we fall down, I did want to before it was too far in the past, I did want to shout out your merch. It is worth like going and checking out because it is really rad.
It is rad.
It's pretty fucking dope, and not just because I love purple. It's like it's also just dope on its own. So yeah, I do encourage people to like check it out because it's pretty cool. Like it's a fun approach to design, I guess. But yeah,
and I chose to use a female, dark artist from Massachusetts to do my designs. I came across her art and I was, blown away, instantly connected to it. I just ended up reaching out to her initially, just, inquiring, and I've been working with her ever since. She's done all of my designs. We go through ideas, and she just connects to what I am, trying to project with my designs. And it's so fun to work with her and to do that and make these unique designs. And then with my t-shirt printing, I do use Green Lion, who also does the printing for Three Teeth and Health, and Morris Black is actually the one who recommended me to them. And they have been printing my shirts. And quality amazing. So just a combination between both of these two companies. It's been really fun and a really unique experience. So this is my first time ever having merch. So, I'm glad I did it this way versus just doing the I don't know, what is it, like Printful or those online.
Oh, the like print on demand things.
Yeah.
Right. I've been really tempted not to derail this into like, oh, let's talk about merch, fucking, but like, I mean, it's industry banter, whatever. Anyway, I've been really playing around with like doing some print on demand stuff. Spring, I actually like designed out some stuff and like ordered some samples and like was really happy with what I got. But it was, a lot of print on demand stuff is kind of not great. Like I also tried another company that I was like, ooh, this looks like complete shit. And this hoodie is, what are even the dimensions on this hoodie? What are they supposed to even be? Like I have a Void Signal hoodie and I fucking hate it. Like I was wearing it at Dark Force Fest because I'm like, hey, if you see me in the hoodie, like say hello. And I was like, man, I didn't realize how much I fucking hate this thing. So yeah, I'm always interested to hear like, where is a good place to like get your merch done or get things made from. So yeah, I'm interested in these conversations. So yeah, thank you for the recommendation.
You are welcome.
Well, so what, all right. So back to like the fucking important stuff. What are your like Halloween time essential horror movie watches? Do you have like certain films that you're like, oh, it's the season for this thing that I always watch?
Carnival of Souls is one I watch every year.
Okay.
It just happened, and first it just happened to just be, pop up, and I would watch it because it popped up. Now I'm just like, I have to watch it every year.
Okay.
So that's definitely one of them. My daughter and I, we rewatch The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix every year around this time. She loves it. I love it. Bly Manor is really good, but yeah, The Haunting of Hill House is ace. And this year they came up with the new series, The Fall of the House of Usher. I have not started that, but I plan to tonight. So yeah, I do want to watch that one.
I've heard that it's amazing, so I am intending to start that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Black Noise was running his mouth about it and was like, you should try and watch it. I'm not the biggest Flanagan fan. I mean, I liked Hill House. I loved it. It was great, but I was frustrated with Midnight Mass and
really?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
I wanted to, but just it was heavy-handed. It felt rushed. It could have used an editor and some workshopping. Like just one person in the room to be like, hey, well, let's cut this down. Let's tighten this up a little bit. Like, I don't know. I'm bitchy that way. Like, it sounds pretentious as fuck. Like, but, I just, for some reason, like, if I get really frustrated with a story because of the characters or the decisions they make or like how much unnecessary exposition is just monologued out. Like I grow like weary of a thing, but like, I am excited to check out House of Usher. This wasn't like a chance to like detour and shit on Midnight Mass. If people like it, it's fine. I wanted to, but I just,
not everybody's going to like the same stuff. So
I've never heard of I've heard of Carnival of Souls, but I've never seen Carnival of Souls. So
you will have to check it out. It's a classic.
I definitely am going to, because I'm intrigued that like it was the first thing you said that you were like prepared for. There was no delay. You were like, this motherfucking movie. So
it's such a mood. Really, it is. It is such a mood.
Okay.
It's great.
All right.
It's a great film.
Okay. I'm stoked. You've recommended other good stuff to me that I've like really liked.
Right?
Yeah. So
I do have good taste.
Yeah, you do. You do have good taste.
For the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. Good taste in movies, good taste in podcasts. I mean, beyond that, could be questionable. Right. I don't know. But so those are two. Do you have just like one more that's like that you could give, like just to be like three?
I wouldn't. I mean, I know I will watch it, but I can't really say it's strictly a Halloween thing. But I mean, Pan's Labyrinth. I mean, I watch that probably 2 or 3 times a year. So I don't know that I can say that that's strictly October film, but I know I'm going to watch it. Mm-hmm. There is something I am very much looking forward to, and that's coming out, I think, on the 27th, and that is the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So that's something I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, really? Are you a fan of the games?
This October. I am. I love the game. It is so much fun. I haven't played it in a while, but when it first came out, it was hype. I really enjoyed playing it, and I'm interested to see how this turns out. Mm-hmm. I was just excited that they actually made a movie. Mm-hmm. Because they had that one Nicolas Cage movie that was similar, and I was like, no, they need to actually make the real Five Nights at Freddy's characters, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one. We're gonna go to the theater to see that.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I did see the Nicolas Cage one, and it was. I mean, I liked it well enough. It was a little. Right. It was kind of meh, like medium.
I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, but it wasn't, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, it didn't like blow my mind. I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's. It's something I'm not like aware of, but like horror games are not for me. So that was like one barrier already between me and it.
I do enjoy horror games. There was they did make a pretty great Slender Man game, which they made a movie for Slender Man that wasn't good.
Okay.
That was another one. So I'm a little worried about this Five Nights at Freddy's being like that, because I hope they redo it or remake a Slender Man movie and really follow the lore with that. I mean, there's proxies and everything. They could go so far into Slender Man. It just didn't work.
Right.
The movie didn't work. So I would love to see them do something else in the future.
Gotcha.
For that.
Okay. Yeah, the games were like horror games are not my thing. The exception being I started playing Dead by Daylight briefly, and I was like really enamored with playing the killer. And then that Texas Chainsaw Massacre game just came out, and like I've been playing the shit out of that, but killers only. Like I'm not looking for no, like, oh, do you want to play the, like, I had friends that were like, let's play the victims. And I'm like, I'm not into this. This is not an experience I'm sitting down at my computer for. Like, it's not for me. Like, I get too fucking weirded out. Like, my adrenaline gets up and I'm like, ugh, like, I don't want that. No, not for me.
I love that. And that's one of the reasons why I love horror movies. Horror movies and horror games. That's that feeling. But see, I don't like rides. Like, I hate that adrenaline rush. Like, I cannot ride. I can't go on anything that like, if it's like a carnival ride, I don't know. I'm just paranoid. It's going to be that one time I get on it and it breaks and I die.
Yes, that's my thought.
I'm like, I don't want to go out like that.
Yeah.
So adrenaline rush, but yeah, I'll play games and watch horror movies all day long.
Yeah, Agree. I'll watch horror movies. I will not play horror games unless I'm the killer, and then it's fine. But yeah, I agree. Like roller coasters and like all that kind of shit. Like, no, not for me. I don't want to be like bodily shaking around and like all that. Nah, I'm not into that. No,
it's not enjoyable for me. I used to enjoy them, and then there was this, this. It's still around now. It's called the Timberwolf, and it's here at Worlds of Fun here in Kansas City, Missouri. And my mom made me ride it. I was 8 years old. And it scarred me forever. I thought I was going to fall out. I felt like I was holding myself in it, and it was so bumpy. And I didn't speak to her. As we got off, I was just like, mad.
Oh, you poor thing.
She made me ride that. And I haven't been able to ride them since. I just can't. And I don't know. It also gives me really bad vertigo, even just like normal like kiddie rides. Like I get vertigo just from getting on them, so it's just not for me.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair. It's not for me either. Plus, you know, you've got damage from it, so it makes sense.
Like,
I mean,
a lot of emotional damage.
But you know, it makes Morgue VVitch better, right? It's it's that combo damage that like really helps push your art to be more authentic. But no, it's not for me. Like I went on Space Mountain, like at Disney World when I was young, and I was like, oh, this is really cool and fun. Oh, I'm having such a good time. Until I was nearly, I mean, I'm exaggerating. Okay. I'm being hyperbolic, but it felt like my hair moved. Like I was close to like smashing my fucking head when we went through. It's like a roller coaster inside a building in the fucking dark. And you're going through these like tight little tunnels that light up and shit. I'm tall. I'm fucking enormous. I'm 6'3". I can't help it. Like, this is who I am. So I'm like piled into this little roller coaster thing. And like, I was like, that was really close to the top of my head at, you know, whatever ungodly speed I'm traveling at. And ever since then, I've just been sort of like, yeah, not for me. These are not, this is a thing not engineered with, you know, no thanks. Pat,
Is it dark in there?
Yeah. It's dark. Yeah. It's like in the fucking dark. See. Yeah.
Okay. That made me remember a ride in Silver Dollar City in Branson, and it's called Fire in the Hole. It is a roller coaster. I can ride that one. I forgot about that because I don't know. It's like a story. So you're going through, and there's stuff that you can look at, and you know, it has to do with like, you know, firemen putting out fires and whatever. And then you're going through that. So it's almost kind of like, you know, going through a haunted house, but you're, you know, sitting on the roller coaster. And then just close to the end is when you do a drop. Okay. And then you go, it's really short, but it's safer because it is dark.
Okay.
And I can't see the ground.
All right.
So I'm not really as bothered by that, but it's also very short. Okay. But yeah, that one's okay. I can do that one.
Okay. Then maybe you could do Space Mountain. I don't know. It was like in the dark, like as if we're on like a spaceship, and all these little like tunnels are whipping by overhead, and there's like all these screens, and like it's fast. It's like you're, you know, like going around in circles and loops and tight turns, and like it was a lot. And so yeah, you wouldn't like it. It's fucking terrible. Don't go on it.
I'm not gonna go on
yeah
it.
Okay, yeah, that's for the best. But I'm glad that you have at least one little kids gloves ride that you can go in and enjoy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not my thing. I also would never be, I'm not crazy about haunted houses either. Like I don't know, like for me to love horror films as much as I do, and horror things, like horror books and culture and dark things and all that kind of shit, I'm actually a huge fucking baby is what it boils down to. Like haunted houses are not really my thing either.
They are just, I am not fazed by them. I think it's so cool. See all the work that they put in to, you know, building the sets and, you know, going through, you know, the costuming, the makeup. It's just like a huge production. And, you know, I don't know. So maybe knowing that, I don't know, affects my my look on it. But no, I go through them. They're so much fun. They're not scary. It's more just, this is fun. You're awesome.
Yeah.
You're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think they're cool to look at.
I mean, they are cool. They're
mazes
awesome.
are fun.
Yeah, I mean, they're rad as fuck. Like, yeah, don't let me discourage anybody from going to them. I just like, I'm not crazy about like being startled, I guess. Like somebody jumping out at me. I'm like, you know, that kind of, I would love to go to a haunted house, but like I would need that like personal assurance of like, hey, don't jump out. Like, cause if you startle me, you know, I've got it it's probably like tied to like a history of like back issues and shit. Like, and I just had like back surgery. So I'm like, there's always that paranoia of like, ooh, don't like startle me and like make me jump and like hurt my fucking self or some shit. So maybe that's a part of it, less that I'm like a coward or something like that. So, but yeah, I wish I could. It's just that like a slight barrier to it, I guess. But, I've not done mazes though. Are those cool?
Yeah, I've done, you know, done throughout the years, like glass mazes or mirror mazes. Those are fun. Or yeah, just the ones that are completely dark and you have to feel your way through. Or corn mazes.
Yeah.
In Kansas.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah,
lots
those are
corn mazes out there, I'm sure.
Yeah. There's some really, really cool ones right now that they open up for the fall season, the pumpkin patches, and just various other places.
Right. Do you get like haunted hay rides and shit?
Haunted hay rides are so much fun. I haven't done one in a few years, but I remember this one. Nothing has beat it. I did 4-H growing up, and part of the 4-H group, they put on a haunted house, and they had a haunted hayride. And with 4-H, you know, they do a lot with animal stuff as well. So they had horses. They did a whole headless horseman reenactment. It was awesome. That was so much fun. Yeah, haunted hayrides are great.
That's cool. That sounds awesome. Like I've only been on a couple of them, and it was long ago in the South, but they were rad. Like I was like, ever since then, I've been like, yeah, haunted hayrides are cool. Usually, I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of fucking sucky ones out there, so maybe vet them before you go. But you know, yeah, for sure. Okay, well, I don't want to keep you too long, so the other question that I will put to you is, what is something that you've been enjoying recently? And your answer can be, of course, anything. While you think it over, I guess, I will answer as well. Shit, let me pick something fresh because I don't want to reuse the same thing I already said. If you have something, go by all means, go ahead. I might need a minute to think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying doing all the shows, especially close together. So much fun. I would love to do, you know, more next year, especially with the new material. Do longer runs. More places. But yeah, I mean, I'm really, really enjoying it. And just I feel like with every show, with every performance, it just gets better, and I bring something, you know, newer to each one and keep adding on, or I might, you know, add in a new song, different shows, and and that's fun too, because I'm at the point now where I actually have enough songs I can rotate different ones, you know, in and out, and that's fun too.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely something I'm having a lot of fun with and enjoying. I'm working on, you know, doing some other, you know, artistic stuff outside of just music, just trying to create, like paintings, jewelry. I'm trying to work a lot more with, the snake skin and, you know, doing, a lot of alchemics type stuff, and I really enjoy being hands on and creating from natural, earthy pieces, and
right.
Yeah, it's almost grounding and you know, kind of like a spiritual process. So
Right.
Yeah, I really enjoy that.
And it's fun to do something with your hands too. Like, you know, like to have like,
yeah,
you know, to like have a thing that you're like doing. Like, I don't have any like sort of skill or anything like that. Like, you know, some people paint miniatures, some people make jewelry, like fucking whatever it is. But like, I do quite like, you know, that feeling of like, well, I'm articulating a tiny thing and I'm making some art, and like, it's cool. I'm just not good at it. But I mean, I guess that doesn't matter, really.
I don't think that I'm good at it either. I don't know if I look at it that way though.
Yeah.
Because what's good? Art, it's subjective. So I don't know. You can't really say that anybody's art is bad. It's just personal taste. Because somebody else out there is gonna like it, you know,
right.
more than likely. I mean, people buy some weird ass shit. Like, you can spit in a vial and sell that. Like, it's just there's a market.
When am I gonna be able to buy Morgue VVitch spit? When is that coming? Where do I sign up? Like, I didn't know. But
It'd be more like Venom.
Yeah. I mean, I can certainly say somebody's art is bad. It might be, but I mean, you know, it might be, like you said, somebody might be into it somewhere. And that's fine. I'll still say it, and they don't have to know. No one has to know. We'll keep it on the down low. But you know, it is cool. Like, it's fun to make art. Like, it really is. Like, I encourage people to like give it a try. Like, it's, you know, make a thing. Who cares if it sucks? Like, your first time doing anything is going to be shitty. So who cares?
True. I mean, like right now, right before I got on with you, I was laying out some pieces. I'm working on some like canvas paintings, and I have these coffins as well that I'm creating, like, from my EP lore. It really is. There's a lot of, you know, lore and myth in that EP, and I'm bringing out some of those characters into, you know, art pieces. And yeah, so yeah, I'll probably work on a little bit of that later tonight as well.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, something I've been enjoying recently, I finally came up with an answer. It was, so I bought some new pants. I bought some tech pants, and they arrived today.
Tight pants or tech pants?
Tech pants, like tech wear pants. They've got like buckly, strappy things that hang off the side. They're like, they're hard as fuck. Like, they make me feel real cool. But I bought some that were like several sizes down from what I was wearing, and they fucking fit, and I like lost my mind. I was like, hell to the yeah. So I've like I've been going to the gym a lot and like lifting weights and like really taking my health and a lot more seriously. And it feels so fucking nice. It feels so good to like feeling good like in your clothing is like,
right.
It's so invaluable. It's so nice. It's wonderful.
I agree.
So yeah, I hope other people are able to like, you know, wear something that like feels nice and makes you feel nice. Like, I hope other people are able to experience that. But yeah, going to the gym, getting in shape is what I've been enjoying lately.
Nice.
Yeah.
I never got into the whole gym thing. I have this weird version for like sweat, like, and especially other people's sweat. Like, I know they wipe it off and stuff, but it's still that thought.
Yes.
I mean, like that at work. Like, I don't want to. I can't stand if somebody uses my keyboard, because like, and then I know that they touched it. I know that's really anal, but I don't know. It's just.
I can understand that. I can't, because like I don't want to touch someone else's mouse or somebody else's keyboard. Like, there's something kind of Like, I don't know where your hands have been. I don't know what your standards
exactly.
are. Like, I don't know.
I know not everybody washes their hands.
Fucking, I know that too. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I've seen plenty of dudes just stroll out of the men's room without washing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm like, I don't know what you do, what your standards are. Like, it's different if we're friends. And I'm like, I've observed this human wash their hands plenty of times. They seem trustworthy enough to not touch their genitals and then their keyboard. So let me, it's fine.
Right.
But, I totally agree with you. There are standards there of like, I don't know. Like, so yeah, it's grody. I don't want to touch it either.
Yeah.
No, totally agree. Okay, well, that's it. That's the show. That's the episode. Thank you so much for
You're very welcome.
making some time to come on and be on my little show. I will make sure to Void Signal intro and outro music courtesy Processor. Visit processor2.bandcamp.com for more Processor, and visit voidsignal.net to help support the creation of more Void Signal. Thank you.